Check, check, check. I don't have any headphones, so I don't know if this sounds really bad or really good. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of this series. Doesn't have any sort of a title, so welcome back, I guess. I'm in my car because it was rainy, and I just kind of wanted to be in the rain because it hasn't been raining a whole lot. It's just been weird skies around here. Also because it sounds really good in my car, and my house is kind of echoey, and that's why I've been holding my mic like this for the past this will be the second episode or video of me doing this, just because this sounds a little bit more better. So today I just wanted to go over some photos I took about a week or two ago in Anchorage, riding Onewheels around with my friends Kate and Ben. We were just riding around, got some really good shots of the Onewheels and around golden hour. There's not really any golden hour light here in Alaska right now because it's light until, well, it doesn't really get dark. So yeah, so I just wanted to go through these really quick and just kind of critique myself and see what I like. So this first one I'm looking at, this was taken on top of a parking garage. This was towards the start of our crusade on the Onewheels, and I shot most of these with a pretty low shutter speed. I brought a variable ND filter just to kind of add some movement and some dynamics to the shots. So I do kind of like how both Cade and Ben are in the center frame. I like how there are some really cool lines with that white wall back behind Cade on the right there, leading your eye into them. And it's kind of cool how they're staggered, where Ben to the left is kind of towards you. I like the crop that I put on this one because it just kind of, I don't know, it seems to work well. Overall, I like this photo a lot. That's why I chose it. But something I'd probably do differently is see if I could get them to do that exact same maneuver, which was, that was kind of just spur of the moment. They weren't really trying to do that, I don't think, but see if they could do that in front of a different set of buildings so we can get a little bit better of a composition. Because the building in between them is kind of sticking out in between them. It's a little distracting, but yeah, so that's something I would do differently. I'll try and get more of Ben's Onewheel in the foreground because I am clipping that off in the front end of the board. So yeah, so that's photo number one. So photo number two is a landscape style one, and I like this one even though it's completely out of focus and you can't really, you know what's going on, but it's just all over the place. I really like this one just because there's this cool sun flare ring around it, and there's the lines from the white wall on the top of the parking garage, and then the lines from the parking spaces actually are really fun too because you kind of just separate it off. And then I like how they're not in the center anymore, but they're more each on their own third of the photo, which I think is really cool. So what I would do differently is try and get it away from that building in the top left. I think that is a little bit distracting. Maybe I could have just removed that in Photoshop, but if you know me, I'm not super savvy with Photoshop, so I'm not sure. And I would probably try and darken through the little window fence things, that light that's streaming through underneath the white wall, because that is a little bit distracting as well. But yeah, I like this photo. It's really fun. It's just kind of a fun movement photo that I really enjoy. So number three is another landscape. This is a 4x3 crop or something like that. This one's really fun. I could really see this being some sort of editor. I see a lot of these being just kind of in some sort of flip through magazine where it's kind of an editorial kind of a thing. Because I feel that would just fit, see this photo and next to it, it's the new Onewheel XR, now with 25 miles of range, blah, blah, blah. Again, I was really trying to keep my, my thirds, focus on those to see my composition, as I was taking these photos. Really trying to keep them in their own third and leaving the center pretty easy, which I think I did pretty well. And I like how the support beams on the car parking lot roof thing, they cross over into the center of the frame. So you have those leading lines from the one on the very left. Super cool. I like that. And then I like the shadows. I I chose to kind of make them dark and the background light because I didn't really want it to be like blown out, because that would also look cool, but like I think there's something cool about having them dark and having your mind just kind of fill in like, well, who are they, what do they kind of look like. And that's kind of what I enjoy about all of these, is that you never really get like an exact picture of the riders themselves. So you can really like put yourself in their shoes really easily. So this next one I really enjoy because it just looks like a frame out of a movie. And that's what I kind of want my photography to always look like. That's kind of what I gravitate towards anyway, so this just makes sense for me. I really enjoy this. I really do. I think it's a really cool like cover photo for like, a Twitter header or something like that. I really enjoy all these lines with like the railings and how he's like squared off and framed off with like the little window in the car park, and then just like how I kind of caught him in focus, so it's just kind of like a cool blur of like speed. Makes it look really fast. I would probably try and get rid of the signs that are up there on that supporting beam right above his head, because those can, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm kind of torn by them because they do kind of frame him in and kind of stick him there, but they kind of stick him there, so I'm not sure if like that inhibits him from being able to like move around the frame as easily in people's minds. So that one's kind of up to question. I do enjoy this one quite a bit. I really enjoy the light a lot. So this next one I really enjoy. I love how Ben in the yellow coat is out of focus, but he's kind of leading you into Cade, who's crouched down, in focus. I really enjoy that, and like how the light kind of plays this cool like negative space thing where like the brightest part of the image is that light in the center, but that kind of leads you through Ben and then back to Cade, and then it bounces, you get directed over to the other beam of light in the very left hand of the photo. So I really enjoy this photo. Again, with the thirds, the composition, I would just really enjoyed this one. I don't know, I would probably try and crop this differently, or just frame this differently when I shot it, to not get as much on the right as I did, because you kind of have that weird fence thing going on the very right of the parking garage. I'm not the biggest fan of that. And maybe darken the floor just a little bit in post-processing, and then try and get rid of that light at the very top. So those are my little critiques for that one. So this last one I really enjoy. There are some things that I think I would like to do differently, and this might actually be something where we just be completely different time of day for this to happen. So I really enjoy the composition of like how this parking garage entrance was like a spiral and like it framed up super nice. I really enjoy that. I almost wish I was able to get up higher so I can get more dimension, because it kind of looks flat right now. Yeah, I think that would be cool if I got more dimension in on this this photo. So if I could make it look deeper than as deep as it was, because this looks kind of flat and two-dimensional. So I would probably want to try and get up higher. Take this a couple different ways. Honestly, also think I could probably wait a little bit later in the year when it actually gets dark, and even set up like some sort of like really cool strobe lighting on the parking garage ramp, and then just get them in the light, and the surrounding areas would probably be lit up by like street lights and stuff, and like get that night scene. So I think this, like, while it looks really good right now, I think it would be even better at night when it was dark, because this was taken at like 10 o'clock at night, so light wasn't going anywhere fast. So there's that last photo. There's a couple of things I would have done with it, but yeah, otherwise I really enjoy it. It's a great vertical photo. So that concludes kind of what I wanted to do today. Just a quick little photo review. I think I'm going to do these more often. Might even do something like this with some videos I've made for work, just going through what I would have done. Also, how do we like the car studio? I kind of enjoy it just because it's really quick to set up, and it's my car, so I can do this anywhere. And the lighting isn't actually too bad in here. This is the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit a thumbs up or subscribe if you want to keep following along with my videos and stuff. I really appreciate it if you do. yeah, so let me know what you think about this new setup and this video format in the comments, and I can't wait to see you around the next one. Peace.